Today we'll be taking our first flight on Emirates, flying in economy on their Boeing 777-300 from Bologna to Dubai. We've heard a lot of hype on Emirates, but is it really that good, even in economy? We're about to find out. It's about a 6-hour flight, so buckle up, because we're going to take you through the whole experience. The seats, service, meals, and of course the in-flight drink menu. Let's see if Emirates Economy is really worth the hype. Let's get tipsy, y'all. So the Boeing 777 for Emirates is one of their older models. This actual one only has first class, which is like the true, like the door suites. We walked through business class and there's no premium economy. What I found really interesting about business class is that there are 3 seats in the middle. I don't know how I feel about it, but I know all the other ones on their fleet are really nice. So we are very excited to see how this flight goes. We are waiting to take off. We actually just got our menu. According to this menu, they have complimentary drinks. But let me go ahead and just walk you through how nice the seat is. Chris and I lucked out and we don't have a middle passenger. So we have lots of room. It's very, very nice. As part of the seat, we got headphones and a pillow and a really nice blanket. It's a little warm in here right now, so I'm not gonna get into that. But I do want to go ahead and try these on and tell you guys what they feel like. I've seen them on other videos and I've just been very curious. So if you look at them, they're really basic. Because they're not awful. Like they're not like the worst headphone I've ever had in my life, but they're definitely not a really nice Bose headphone. But not too bad. Let's see how they hold up. So in terms of in-flight entertainment, there is a ton. Now the touchscreen is a little bit more forceful than I think I prefer it to be. I just feel like I'm really bothering my neighbor in front of me. The screen here does tilt up and back, so if he reclines, I will be able to see. And then moving down, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and pull out the remote here, and it would also control the TV. We have this plug here, and we also have a USB right here. And then the tray table, when it folds down at half, and then it comes obviously all the way out. So not a bad economy seat.
Now, as Sam said, the in-flight entertainment system is a little bit outdated, but one thing that I did like about it was that I was able to get on my phone via the Emirates app and look through their in-flight library beforehand. So while we were sitting in the terminal, I was able to borrow a bunch of movies or TV shows, and then I got on the plane and was able to pair it with the seat back screen here. So it's already preloaded. I can just very quickly go and pick the movie that I want to watch. I don't have to sit through the entire library. So it saves a little bit of time. It's a pretty nice feature. I got the beef cannelloni, so a type of pasta. Also, the silverware is real. It's pretty impressive. Quite the spread here. Obviously, it all comes at once in the economy class, but we've got a little couscous salad as an appetizer, cannelloni, we've got the bread, we've got the little chips, some cheese, and then we finish off with a salted toffee pudding. Again, pretty decent spread, and of course, a vino rosso to go with it all.
I did not expect the chicken to look like this. It actually looks really good and it smells really good. There was no limit on drinks. They did have some spirits. They had Heineken, another beer, white wine, and then red wine as well. So that was a nice option. We both got the red, as Chris said. So I do have to say, this is my first flight since we actually flew business class internationally here. I'll make sure I link those review videos down below as well as at the end. First bites in, really, really good. I grabbed the menu so I could tell you what was on the chicken. So it just says grilled chicken with marinade sauce. And on the side is barley risotto and sauteed broccoli. Super impressed. I also had some couscous. It was really good, guys. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Chris is going in a couple first bites of the beef cannelloni. It has cherry tomato sauce. There's cheese on it as well.
It's very good. I like the taste of it. It is very cheesy. I don't know that I've tasted much beef yet, but I'm only halfway through the first one, so maybe we'll get there, but it is very good. I'm still very impressed for airplane food. I'll say that.
First Emirates meal in the books. Definitely so surprised. Chris and I were talking while we were eating. So we flew American over when we moved over last summer, and we think this meal was better than that, and that was in business class. So far, it's definitely worth the hype.
Yeah, I mean, everything on my tray is gone. I even scarpetted my plate here, which I never thought I would do on a plane, but the sauce was that good that I used my bread to sop it all up. So, That's saying something. Yeah, and I definitely think this was high above the American Airlines business class that we experienced last summer. The ITA business class, that was good, and that came out in courses like you'd expect in business class, so that was a little bit elevated, but this food was very, very good for what it was, for just coming out on a tray all at once. Again, very impressed by it.
We have just 2 hours left until we land. To my surprise, the drink service included ice cream. Chris is getting into it now. I think it's just vanilla, but it was quite a lovely treat. The only complaint that we have is going to be the headphones. We've been on board for about 4 hours and both of our ears really hurt. The actual covering itself doesn't really cover either of our ears. That's our only complaint. Otherwise, doing really good so far. We made it to Dubai. It's around 11:15. We just got off the plane. We need to get through customs and then pick up our bags. Based off the ticket option that we picked, we did have to check them, which is fine. So now we're here going through customs. Made it through customs, took maybe 10-15 minutes max. It didn't take very long at all. We are now at baggage claim waiting for our bags, and then we're going to jump into a taxi. And once we get to the hotel, we will tell you all about what our thoughts were on the flight. Really quick recap on what we thought of our first Emirates Economy flight.
Overall, I think the flight was really great. It's still economy, and for an economy seat, I think it was a great product overall.
I agree. I think it was probably the best economy we have personally flown, and the food definitely beat a couple of the business class flights we took last year. As I mentioned earlier in this video, the only complaint we had was the earbuds. They did both.
My ears are still sore.
Yeah, but other than that, it lives up to the hype. I think it's a pretty good, I'd say 10 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah, no, for sure. Again, for an economy seat, can't complain. Didn't feel like a 6-hour flight. And if you're still here, number one, thank you. But also, if you're wondering what we are doing in Dubai, we'll give you a little sneak peek for our video next week.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more flight review videos, we've got a few, and you should check out this playlist here. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.